Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Got a shorter stream for tonight. Thought I'd switch it up. I spent most of the night before this setting up my audio, so if you notice, we're not using this janky ass headset audio anymore. This little, if I can find it, the little cracking potato mic on my headset. We've upgraded a little bit, so you can see on the screen, this is what we've got. We've got the Audio-Technica 2020. So abbreviated AT2020. It's probably one of the most popular mics out there, for a good reason. Obviously, this is a huge sound upgrade, a little bit higher quality sound. Took a little bit to set up. I have my boom arm going on. I have my pop filter going on. So we fancy like that. No, I'm just playing. Kind of. I didn't want to deal with this potato quality. I am a designer by trade, but I really am trying to take my little casting hobby, my little video production, content creation hobby a little bit more seriously, just to make sure, it'll help me improve my social skills, my presentation skills, just my communication skills, and being able to see myself talk, being able to see my mannerisms, being able to kind of communicate and share ideas, right? So, yeah, let's get back to what we're looking at and what the goal of this particular stream is. So, if you guys are new to the channel, I'm gonna, just quickly summarize for you guys. My channel is mostly geared towards gaming and design, but every now and then, when I get a new piece of equipment, I like to kind of share that information with you guys and kind of fill you guys in and keep it real, keep it 100, as to why I got what I have, and I just wanted to kind of give you guys a lowdown and give you guys kind of a raw and realistic first person account as to why I got what I got. So, you can clearly see my thumbnail if you watch my previous videos. I'm usually either, my first couple videos were with my webcam audio, which wasn't bad. It wasn't that terrible. I thought it was gonna be worse, but it wasn't all that bad. But obviously my headset mic, I used to use just by default playing games like Dota and playing games like Overwatch, or just team speaking with buddies, or anybody I'm playing with. But now that we're broadcasting and we've got a little bit better quality audio, hopefully this will translate a little bit better into video. So hopefully I got the settings correct. Excuse me, I've got the hips. So you have to excuse me if there is anything funky going on with the audio. I have a slight, just a very, very small gain kind of set to it, just to kind of boost the audio a tiny bit. And hopefully as we're going through this kind of tech series, you can kind of appreciate the audio quality a bit more. So everything you're hearing is from my Audio-Technica 2020. I finished installing it, like I said, probably spent a good 2 hours just kind of finalizing my setup. I had, at one point I had my mic up above my monitors, kind of just slightly above forehead level or head level, and it was kind of angled down, and then I had my pop filter kind of far away, which kind of defeats the whole point of the pop filter, I think, because it's not close enough to kind of hear any pops or anything. But and then I had it in the middle of my monitors. I had it over to my left side here, kind of poking in. I rearranged that. It's a USB mic, so I don't have a mixer kind of plugged in. It's plugged in directly to my computer. And just messing with the location, I kind of liked it being up above the monitors for a couple reasons. One, it wasn't in my face, it wasn't on camera, right? Like what you see now. You can kind of see the pop filter there, and then you can probably see my mic right here, or at least the shock absorber, and then maybe a little portion of my mic. But I didn't like it on screen initially, and I was just like, oh man, I don't know, it kind of looks kind of tacky if I have it on screen. I'm kind of sitting here looking like a radio host or something like that, just with my mic on screen. But so that was a pro of having it kind of off screen and kind of having it set. However, the big con I had was, a lot of my casting, my channel is based on gaming, so specifically Crowfall and For Honor. Now For Honor, I'm using a controller, and we went over the controller that I'm using, the the PowerA Spectra controller, and that's not so bad. So if you kind of hear it now, this is me talking. This is my controller just kind of jamming away. I'm kind of spamming, button mashing a little bit, and guys can kind of hear the levels, like what it's kind of picking up. Versus, surprisingly, my Kraken headphones, like the actual mic on that thing was picking up everything like crazy. It was driving me crazy every time I'm reviewing my videos. So yeah, with that being said, I'm kind of tweaking this, and it's kind of learning experience. So obviously, if any of you guys have any suggestions, or you guys experience and you guys wanna shoot me what your settings are for, I'm still playing around with the noise gate. I have a noise gate on here, and my levels are pretty wild. I'm kind of just trial and error. I did some research, so I did go on the forums, and I did go on Reddit, and I did Google. So I did my fair share of research, but without sitting here playing for 5 hours on audio and just kind of nerding out with like Audacity and everything like that. It's pretty wild, and just like recording videos. Like I've recorded like 20 videos on OBS just to literally just go through like audio checks, like testing, and then like whispering into the mic, see if you guys can hear me, and then talking louder, and then talking louder, and then talking louder, and then like shouting just to make sure that it wasn't clipping the audio or anything like that. It's kind of wild. I don't know, like obviously if you get too technical, and for me, like I like to have my setup just the way I like it. It's kind of like how I play games, right? So min-maxing, it's kind of like that, except with your setup. So once you get a setup, like even with my webcam, like placement needs to be just right. If it's too much, you can see way too much of my boom arm kind of sticking in close to my face. I didn't want that. It kind of looked noobish, right? Kind of looked amateur hour. And then again, I didn't want my mic, my webcam way the hell over here. Then you're getting a shot of the guest bed right here behind me, and then like you get more bed than you get me. So it's kind of, I don't know, kind of weird. You don't want to see that. Um, so yeah, let's talk about the mic, why I chose this, my audio setup, what components I'm currently using for my audio setup. So I'll title this, let me update that. That's a good point. Let me update that for the title, just so that people aren't being misled here. I might have accidentally left it at like Xilverous, of course. Yep. Let me just update this real quick, and then we'll continue our discussion. Thanks, guys. I know I rant a lot while you guys are here, so let's put AT2020 mic setup and audio setup for streaming. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I have, for my description, let's keep it short and sweet, right? So today I spent some time going over my setup and sharing my thoughts on my equipment and my experience setting up audio for streaming. Good. I should probably update this category into not gaming, but then we have, what is this? Do they have audio or setup education? Is it under science and technology maybe? Nah, it would be how to. Yeah, that would make sense. How to and style. No, it wouldn't be a how to, right? It would be about like gaming? I don't know. Film and animation, maybe? I feel like it would be under film and animation. I feel like audio is a big part of film, right? I typically leave it at gaming, but I don't know if it's, I feel a little shisty leaving it on gaming, because technically we're not really, I mean, it is related to gaming, and this is kind of a gaming channel for the most part, but this specific video, I don't know. No, whatever. Screw it. Fuck it. I'm just going to leave it like that, right? We're just going to leave it like that. Fuck it. Yeah. Hopefully it saves that way. Yep, I'm just going to leave it like that. Let me put on some tunes. Just a little bit. Is that too loud? Let me go a little background noise, so you guys don't have to hear my fucking raspy ass voice tonight, right? The whole time. Just kidding. But yeah, so what were we talking about? Is that too distracting? The music? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. And close out some shits. I think that's fine. We can talk over that. But yeah, I really wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, my design decision, and we're going to be designing the cover for this, just to kill some time so that you guys don't have to stare at this damn screenshot right here. Looks crazy. So let me go ahead and pop up my Photoshop here. You can kind of see I already have it kind of plopped in. So you get bonus content, you get some design content while me talking about my setup while I'm designing this shit, right? So yeah, so real quick of how, like, I have my audio set up right now. I have this AT2020, the Audio Technica 2020 mic. Bought it on eBay from some guy who opened the box, and he apparently didn't need a USB one, so he's reselling it. And I ended up getting like a 30 or 40% discount off of retail. So, I mean, that was kind of a no-brainer for me to get this. I did look at it, obviously brand new, on Amazon, and I looked at all the other ones being like, you know, the Blue Yeti and all that shit. And some people were like, oh, you can use a headset mic, get a good, like, you know, Astro headset mic. But then people were like, no, don't do that. So you hear a lot of very mixed, like, fucking suggestions. But surprisingly, it's kind of like crazy. Like, I actually went, and I do watch streams while I'm at work, like while I'm doing software design at work. I watch Twitch, I watch YouTube, you know, like, and I listen to streamers and they talk about their setups. And, you know, the AT2020 is pretty common. It's one of the most common setups you'll hear about, you know, that and the Blue Yeti. And I hear mixed feelings about the Blue Yeti, especially if you're putting it on a boom arm. If you set it on the table, yeah, you know, like, it's a kind of different setup. So it depends on what you're going for. Me, I wanted something kind of a little bit better quality and not on my desk. You know, I'm pretty minimal when it comes to my desktop space, but I didn't want something just chilling on my desk the whole time. But yeah, anyhow, I went with the AT2020 mic. I have a Natty 6 pop filter because, you know, I'm a fucking hipster, and that's what all the fucking cool kids got, right? No, I got this shit before it was cool. No, it was just a good fucking deal. It was like $10, you know what I mean? Like a fucking other generic brand that you're gonna get for a pop filter, it ranges, right, anywhere from $5 to $10. And I was just like, it's fucking $10. I'm gonna get a trusted brand. It's just, you know, and I did look up research, and I did do some testing as to which ones work best, and there's really no reason to kind of cheap out on this shit if this will improve the quality quite a bit. I mean, like, preventing those pops, that clipping. So that makes sense. I mean, just don't be a cheap ass when it comes to your pop filter, right? I mean, like, the mic situation, if you're gonna invest in a decent mic, invest in a decent pop filter, just so you don't fucking spam your viewers. Boom arm, I straight up cheaped out, bro. I'm not even gonna fucking front with that. I'm not even gonna front. I cheaped out. I got the newer NEEWER, the newer boom stand, straight up from China. Yeah, like $7. Dude, I wasn't gonna go out and buy no fucking, I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna go out, I wasn't gonna buy no $40-$50 boom arm. This does the job, and it holds my mic perfectly fine. I'm actually really happy with it. I mean, like, it's a metallic build, so it's pretty durable. The setup was really easy, pretty straightforward. I mean, it doesn't have like fancy fucking ball joints and shit where you can, I seen some of them have ball joints, like the $200 boom arms and shit, where they can, like, they look like fucking something out of Skynet. It's just a fucking boom arm, like a fucking snake, like a Tesla charging snake and shit. Like, no, it's crazy. Like, you get some crazy stuff. I mean, if you've got the money and you're a baller like that, and you don't give a shit, and you're just like, fuck it, and you do have an income, and this is your full-time job, and you do gotta fucking move that shit around and be versatile based on what game or what setup you're doing, then cool, yeah, spend that kind of money, because, you know, I won't knock you for that, because my laptop's expensive as shit. I'm a software designer, and I need to be mobile, so I spend good money on my laptop, on my phone, because I need to do work on my fucking phone. But other than that, I mean, I'm trying to save dollars. I'm just your average guy, just like you guys. I'm not sponsored. I don't get paid to do this shit. I don't get paid for my YouTube videos, not yet. Maybe when I get big, I don't know. When I get big and famous, YouTube famous and shit. Nah. I have a 10-year-old son who's always talking shit about. I'm like, yeah, I'm on YouTube, and he thinks it's like, he's like, oh, YouTube, you should make some YouTube videos, and I'm just kind of like, dude, I do make YouTube videos, except I swear too much, so I don't ever like I try not to swear around him, but usually if I'm just casually talking, or if I'm just being myself with my friends or even my wife, I'm just like, how I talk now is naturally how I talk. So every now and then you're gonna hear me swear or whatever. That's just me. Anyways, sorry I went on that rant. Keeping it 100 with you guys. Cheap ass boom arm. Pop filter was pretty cheap. $10 is cheap to me now. I got a fucking job now. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not in college. But if you're in college and you're really trying to cheap the fuck out, like, the last thing you're gonna be worrying about is like a fucking audio setup for fucking YouTube videos. Dude, use a fucking headset with a fucking mic. Like, get this shit for like, I don't know, find that shit on Craigslist or some shit, right? Like, do what you gotta do for your circumstance. But Natty pop filter, great experience so far. It's first day shooting. I'll let you guys know how that shit goes. Like, you know, ask me 3 months from now if I still like it after watching 3 months of my videos. You'll see if it works, right? Same with my audio. They say audio is one of the biggest improvements for your stream. So if you are looking, if you're even watching this and you're curious, it means that you're curious as to why I did a video on this audio equipment. They say audio is probably the biggest investment you can make to improve your stream, just because, and I never thought about this, you know, even as a designer, but just because the fact that like people are a little bit more forgiving if you have like, I don't know, lower quality video, but if your audio is really shitty and they just hear some annoying clicks and they just hear annoying background noise while you're playing, like, people get pissed, I guess. Makes sense. I mean, I've seen streamers that got shitty audio. I mean, they could be really good at the game and their gameplay visuals could be awesome, but if they've got like crackling audios cutting out, you ever see that on YouTube? Like, amazing video, but the audio just fucking cuts out, and you're just like, dude, fuck this video. I'm gonna go find another one. I'm gonna go find a shitty video quality with better audio, right? You've done that. I mean, I've done that personally, so I fully understand. Anyhow, let's get to designing this shit. Hopefully I can multitask. I'm horrible at multitasking because I'm a dude. I need to find the fucking Audio Technica branding for this video, because I always feature their branding if I'm using their products, so whatever. Ain't no shame. I'm not getting paid for the plug, but just trying to keep it real. I'm trying to fucking clickbait people onto my videos. Oops. Audio Technica. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me pop this shit in. So yeah, you guys kind of know now what I'm using. Let me know how it sounds. Let me know if this shit's like too loud, too soft. Maybe background music's too loud. I don't know. It sounded Gucci on my recording. I mean, I recorded it like 10 goddamn times, so I don't know. You know, position will change a little bit, but you know, this is me getting real intense, getting real close. But normally I'm about this far away. So hopefully it works. Dude, what is up with this? Quit playing. Audio Technica, quit playing, man. Give me that fucking logo. Fucking give me this ping. Kind of bothers me. I usually work on my MacBook Pro at work. It's work provided, so fucking, of course. You know, I've always done design on my MacBook Pro. I'm not trying to be a fucking hipster or anything, but I'm obviously on my home PC with my design software on here, so you can do both. It's just preferences. No hating. Don't hate. I get enough hate at work. No, I don't. Kind of. I do. We've got a pretty big split. It's about 60% PC and Android users. Gonna go hand in hand. And then it's like 40% like iOS and Mac users. And then there's me. I'm on a fucking MacBook Pro, but I have like a fucking Android phone. That's hilarious. Not really, kind of. I don't know, best tools for the job, right? If the new iPhone comes out and it does everything I need to do for work and it syncs with my laptop, then fine. Like my wife has an iPhone, my kid has an iPhone. I have an Android phone. I have a gaming PC. I have a Samsung TV. My kid has an Apple TV that I got him. You know, it's just the way of the world. It's whatever is easier. I prefer Google over Apple, if that makes any consolation. I just like Google as a company more than I like Apple as a company. Anyways, I don't wanna start a fanboy war down in my comments and shit. I don't know. People are gonna fucking come back to this in like 10 years and be like, bro, you used to like that shit. I'm like, no, man, it's just, ask me 10 years ago what I use. All Apple and Mac shit. Just because that's what was easy and that was what was convenient and what was user friendly for me, right? Now that my needs change, my circumstances have changed, you know, everything kind of plays a role in your decision. And it wasn't like I was rich, like, oh, I'm so rich, I just have Apple stuff and my kids get Apple stuff. I didn't want to get my fucking kid that shit. Being real with you, I'm a cheap and strict fucking parent. I'm strict with my kid, my 10-year-old son. I'm real strict with him. It's my wife. She's like, I'm gonna get him a phone. And I'm like, bro, get him a burner phone. He's fucking 10. We just need to drop him off for football or baseball or soccer. Drop his ass off and he can call me on his fucking burner. We live like a few blocks away, you know, or I'll stay there. I'm there with him all the time anyways. But we were thinking for school or emergencies, you know, like he needs to be able to call us. Makes sense. And then, like, of course, I'm fucking working from home in my office at this desk, and I get a call from my wife, and she's just like, so I got a deal on an iPhone for I upgraded, and I ended up getting Malachi's iPhone for $1. I'm just like, dude, are you fucking serious? I'm like, it's not even all about the money. It's like the principle. I'm like, fucking 11-year-old kid has a newer phone than me. I'm a little salty. Not only that, I'm like, the last thing I want for my kid is to feel entitled or spoiled. Maybe I'm just being harsh, but that you guys are getting the fucking, I don't know. Am I saying too much? Too much information? Sharing too much of my parenting techniques? Or what? I know obviously everybody parents differently. That's just my take. I'm strict with my son. He's a good ass kid, but I'm just that kind of parent. My dad was strict with me. I hated it as a kid, but I appreciate the hell out of it now as an adult because I see so many sketch ass people who want shit handed to them. And it's kind of funny. I was so proud of my son in baseball. He, like, not even bullshitting you, like, they gave out like participation trophies for like his first 2 or 3 seasons, and he was a little kid, so I didn't give a shit, you know. Wasn't gonna be the asshole that'd be like, I'll toss away your fucking baseball trophy. He was happy to have a trophy, but I was kind of salty, like, yeah, but it's a participation trophy. You didn't really have to earn that. You just had to be there. This past season was the first season where they actually had to earn their trophies. Like, if you didn't place first, second, or third in the tournament, you did not get a trophy. And guess what? His team was like the team to beat, right? His team was fucking stacked, but like the semifinals of the tournament, they like scrubbed out so hard. They scrubbed out, and then they took third. They ended up taking third, and he went home with a third place trophy. And I asked him, you know, like, hey, how do you feel about that third place trophy? Just genuinely asking him how he feels. And he was so proud of his third place trophy. And I was like, which one do you like more? Do you like this third place trophy more, or do you like your participation trophy more? And he was like, I like my third place trophy more. And I was just like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. Like, you know, he appreciates it more. Anyhow, let's focus on this design. Xilverous Tech, Audio Technica. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's talk about audio. Talk about mic setup and audio settings for streaming. Not too much. I feel like that's too long. How about mic and audio? I feel like that's kind of one and the same, but not. I don't know. No, it's different, right? Because you're setting up your mic. I have audio already. It's kind of redundant to do it twice. Audio, mic setup for streaming. Yeah, that looks good. You know what I hate about designing on Photoshop and Sketch at the same time? I don't know if you guys are familiar. If you guys are designers and you hear there's an app, Mac only. It's an app design application on Mac called Sketch. And one of my pet peeves that I have with Photoshop now that I'm using Sketch is that when I type in something, if I hit escape on Photoshop, it completely reverts all my changes. And in Sketch, if I hit escape, it saves my changes. So it fucking throws me off all the time. So every time I fucking hit escape after making all these like text changes, it pisses me the fuck off because I just lose my changes. Oh my god, I get trolled so hard through Photoshop, or Sketch is trolling me, depending on how you look at it. But I think that looks good. Pretty straightforward, right? I mean, there's no bullshit. Let me adjust this picture because I don't know. Let's convert this to a smart object. That way we can adjust the brightness and contrast of this a little. I like to darken it a little bit, that way it's not so washed out, so bright compared to like my labels. As far as the top goes, I like to have this gradient kind of overlay a little bit. Let's set it at 20%, right? See how that looks. The tech is kind of washed out. I'm gonna add a little drop shadow to this thing just to bump it out a little bit. What I do is I typically go 100%, 90, okay, distance 2, spread 0, size 0, and it creates kind of like this little outline. And I can go further. So if we go 3, if we go 4, and then we decide to do 2, kind of works. Or we go 2 and 2. Yeah, that's nice. Kind of gives it a little pop. I like that. It's good. Kind of like that. What do you guys think? How's that thumbnail? Should I even be even more hip? Should I fucking, let's see. You guys want to see some real hipster shit, type shit? 2, if I blur this a little bit, right? And we darken it a little bit more. I can add in, if I can find like a good if I can find a good mic without a background we could use. Know what I mean? What do I mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Peter? Well, let me fucking show you. Okay, so let's, for example, put this shit in, right? Oop. No, we don't want that shit in. Let's open a new one. What the fuck? Really? Okay. Okay. That's not the image we want. Oh, I have it transparent. Okay. I need to set the image. I need to find a large source image. I'm sorry. I'm looking for a large source image. And we don't even know if it's gonna work the way that I want it to work, but trying it out anyways. What is this? View image. Perfect. Okay, so we've got this large ass fucking image on here. I always try to get the background out from it. Okay, and then what I do is I paste it in here. See how large that shit is? Now I can actually look at that. That monster of a mic. See how I like to pop this piece in here? So it kind of helps if we can darken this a little bit more, right? I mean, we could probably tweak the Gaussian blur a little bit. So if I go 5, yeah, that works. And then I can probably make it darker. And then I could probably adjust the brightness and the contrast if I bring the contrast to 0. Yeah, that works. Kind of pops it out, right? Yeah, I kind of like that. Make this, want this larger? Is that good the way that it is? Kind of want a little drop shadow for the sure that it pops. That's pretty good. Yeah. Like that. Save it. Let's save it. What do we got? What do we call this? Tech AT2020. There we go. Nice. 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 We good. We good, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any questions, let me know. That was kind of a bonus little feature. You guys got to see me designing the cover for this video. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So it's basically a tech video mixed with design. Right? So check it out. It's not just a design, tech, and gaming channel. You know? See that? It's actually a tech and design video in one. You got a bonus. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. It was 33 minutes long of me bullshitting around. Hopefully you guys get some valuable info. I don't know. Should we close out the video? I don't know. You guys got any questions? Got any fucking questions for me? Got any questions for me, peeps? Chat? You Gucci? But yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest thing for people starting out is, you know, they're always kind of worried about, let me see if I tweak this. You see, you guys can kind of see the boom arm. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like it that much. You know what I mean? I don't know if I like that view. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know if you guys need to see that. Move that shit back. There. That's okay. Get my good side. Make me look fat and shit. The angles though. No, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I was basically saying, like, how I am starting out. So I am a brand new streamer slash caster. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I may not know shit. I know enough to do my own basic research, and I'm a grown enough adult to make my own decisions, and I have my own reasons. And not everybody has hundreds of dollars to spend. Hell, I didn't even want to spend. I was so damn cheap. I didn't want to spend over $100 on everything for my audio setup. And let me think. I'm gonna think of how much I paid for my mic, my boom arm, pop filter. I spent less than $100. Yeah, I spent less than $100. That's pretty good. If you're in college or you're a younger kid, you're in high school, and you don't have rich parents, but I didn't have rich parents. I had like 2 immigrant parents who didn't give me shit. Like, I had my own job. And you're not gonna have $100 just chilling around and to throw in audio, right? So work with what you got. Get a cheap headphone, get a lapel mic, get one of those. Everybody has the earbuds with the fucking mics in it that people always throw away, right, or lose. Somebody has one. You can use that for streaming. OBS is free, just to start you off. But you gotta start somewhere. You can't. I mean, I didn't have this, and I probably wouldn't have bought audio until I did some research and just getting general advice from other streamers. They're like, you should invest in audio. It's one of the things you should really invest in if you can. I wish somebody told me to invest in audio earlier instead of getting like feedback from like, other potential viewers. They were like, yeah, your audio kind of sucks, or your audio's a little crackly, or the audio's crazy, or when you're screaming and you're excited, like the audio's too loud. But yeah, I'm just kind of letting you guys know, I'm keeping it real, like where I'm coming from. I'm not rich by any means. I'm still like, for the most part, I'm a cheap ass unless I know that, I absolutely shouldn't like cheap out on certain things. Like, you shouldn't cheap out on certain things that you're going to be using all the time and that it's going to provide that kind of value. So the actual microphone itself is like a good example of something that you don't really want to cheap out on necessarily. But I'm not by any means like know-it-all. Like, I could use some tips myself. Like, I know like one tip was like, oh, you might want to get your mic up a little bit higher or get a little closer to your mic like this and talk. But I don't know. I can't game like that. I don't know how some people can game like that with that shit so close to your face. I don't know. They said like a hand's width should be like from the pop filter to your face. That's true. But really, my boom arm, this is 14.5 inches off the back end of my desk. So the boom arm is as close as it's gonna get to my face, straight up. Like, I have to pretty much lean in if I want to get closer, and this isn't comfortable like playing a video game like this. You're not gonna see me play. I'm kind of just lounging back. I'm kind of just chilling, right? Chilling back here. Hell, I'm chilling right here. If anything, let me rotate my mic a little bit. Yeah, how's that? How's that sound? Hopefully that sounds okay. Hopefully I didn't fuck with it too much, but yeah, so if I'm playing, look, you guys hear my keyboard? Like, this is me if I was playing Dota. That's literally me playing Dota. That shit sounds crazy. I feel all Korean and shit with that APM. No, but yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or suggestions, or you want to know what other equipment I'm using. This is just the audio video, but I don't know what else I can say about the Logitech C920 webcam that I'm using, that everybody and their mama uses, right? I don't know if I want to do a video on that, to be honest with you. You could go find like 100 other videos on it and just watch my thumbnail. I don't know. I think it looks good. It looks good the way that I have it set up. My lighting in here isn't the best right now. I'm still kind of tweaking that too, but it is what it is. I'm happy with it for where I'm at. primary goal isn't just on like the vanity stuff, right? Isn't just, oh, my thumbnail looks good, my graphics look good. It's working on how the quality of the stream is, working on the presentation, I guess, to keep that kind of top notch is the goal. So yeah, hope you guys got any value. I'm sorry I kind of ranted on for like 7 minutes there, almost 10 minutes. Yeah. This is it. The Audio Technica 2020 mic I'm using it on a boom arm again. It's the newer Neewer. You can probably eBay it or Google it or some shit. I have a Natty 6 and a DY 6 pop filter. That's pretty much it. I don't have any other extra gimmicks on it. I mean, as far as my audio goes, I'm still using these, like, I don't know, Old Faithful headphones, my Razer Kraken headphones that I bought back in the day. Too cheap to go buy some $200 headphones when these work perfectly fine. I don't like gaming on this for too long. I don't know. It's not the most comfortable. On my head is fine. Like, this cushion on here is fine. But on my ears, the cups aren't the most comfortable. I'm sure that you can spend $200. I paid like $50 at the time. Okay, like, don't judge me. These were like me, like, wanting to upgrade my headphones, but then I was like, too cheap. I was like, do I really want to spend $200 on some headphones? Now I'm like, man, I should probably spend some money on some good headphones. So, I mean, you have to wear this shit for a while, especially if you're trying to stream or play games for a long period of time. If you're wearing them at like 2-3 hours at a time for gaming, some of you guys game for longer. Like, for me, that's old man status. Like, I'm like 2-3 hours of gaming a night. Like, that's after my wife and stuff goes to sleep. Like, that's a lot. I mean, on the weekdays when I have to get up for work, that's a lot. But if you're gonna wear some shit and you're gonna use some shit all the time, like this audio, should be good quality. It should, you should invest in some shit. Get some good quality shit. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this shit up. Thanks for swinging by. Hopefully the audio wasn't shit. You know what would suck? If I recorded, how fucking ironic would it be if I actually recorded this whole goddamn stream and the audio was like cut out or some shit? I see the audio levels going on my mic and auxiliary levels on OBS, so I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be an issue. But wouldn't that be some shit though? Oh man, I just thought about that. What if there'll be some shit if I'm doing a whole video on my audio and fucking mic setup and my mic's off the whole time, right? Oh my god. Now I'm scared. Now I'm fucking scared. Alright, we'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys swing by. I should be streaming. We don't have any big family plans. Normally I like to take the kids and stuff out. I may start the stream a little bit later tomorrow, depending on if, I have to go out to dinner with the in-laws and they want to fucking go out of town to some fucking restaurant. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I could tell my wife no. Just be like a dick and be like, nah, I'm not fucking going out of town with your parents. But then she'd probably give me the fucking stink eye. Why? How are we gonna go out? Anyways, thanks for swinging by. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. I should be on 9:30. And we'll stream till I can't stream. We'll stream till I get tired and fucking crash out. Old man status. Alright, peace out.